I wanna advertise this channel because I had gotten my channel suspended over a few things. I don't really know what. They never really went into specifics, but my channel was taken down for a few days. They said they weren't going to give it back. It was still going to remain suspended. And then I was given it back without my thumbnails. But they eventually all came back. So just sub to this secondary channel just in case that I get flagged again or something happens, because I feel like something's coming up soon. Like they might pull the plug on this type of media really quick, and if they pull the plug on the net and it's just mainstream media covering this, it's gonna get crazy. So we need to start thinking of ways that obviously word of mouth is going to really help during those periods, and maybe that's when it's going to be most effective, because it could get crazy. But anyway, so here's the backup, and here is the Twitter. I don't really mess with Twitter that much, but you can remember this. I've also started to upload like more videos that are just like silent, no narrations, just like nature. And I want to try to balance some of these bad news stories or bad acting with some stuff that you can get some positive energy from. I remember recently, like maybe like 2 years, not like too recent, but pretty recent, I had the urge to do like an actual like session of meditation. I try to meditate and stuff at work and just have a clear head throughout the day. But it's always good to find an actual like hour or two where you can do it. You should honestly do it an hour every day, like an actual sit down session. But it's so hard to find that much time that you kind of got to do like a little breathing exercise like here and there. But I remember the last time I wanted to sit down, I was like, oh, why don't I, go on YouTube and use an aid, like a listening aid to do it. And I had my iPhone or iPod. I've never had a smartphone. I have an iPod. And I went to this guy. I had trouble finding him again because he didn't used to have like all these as much tagging on his thumbnails, and he used to have like a robe on, not like a business suit. And his stuff this looks like really businessy, but I'm telling you guys, one of these videos, I think there was like, there's one there's a lot of them. The ones that are like an hour long, if you have that much time. I was just going along with it, and was like kind of, it was cheesy. I thought it was cheesy a little bit at first, and it's definitely gonna seem cheesy. Like, find a time when you can be alone, because you have to say things, and go along with it. Guided meditation, 3D sound. The 3D sound ones are great. Wear headphones. But I was so like, I got like, all I can describe as being like unraveled. This stuff is good. It's really good. He put some great intentions behind these videos. I was so deep. I was so like deep in this one of these things. It was like an hour long, but it seemed like way at one point there, I was just complete. I had no like fear. You realize you're gripping onto a lot of different fears. This one, I think, pure magic. I'll link it in the description. I think 1,000. That might be it, or like it was. See how this is like 7 months ago? It was like 2 years ago when I had done it. So real testimonial. Like I only did one video. I'm telling you guys that I reached this like incredible silent state um of like it was like timelessness. And when I came out of it, like I didn't even finish the iPod. Like imagine if I've been in that state for an hour. I came out of it and I was just so excited. I had so much energy. I completely had forgot like being in like a shitty crappy state. I completely forgot that I had been in a crappy state like all week. It was like amazing. And then I never even went back to the guy's thing. But I can't explain it. It's like he's got some of them that are like 3D. It seems like I'm like plugging this guy, but he's got these like 3D ones that are just amazing. It did something to me that one time, and I felt great. It resonated for a while. Remove negative blocks 2 years ago. This could have been it. The Tibetan singing bowls. I think this was it. It was one of these because he rings bells and stuff. Just amazing, dude. 1/64th little tetragram. Looks like. It seems like cheesy at first. I'm telling you, it just feels great. Awake and create. Could be any one of these, dude. Any one of these videos this dude does is probably awesome. You know, he's got a lot of videos up. A lot of people might already have this guy on lock, you know, and they might just be like, oh, wow, witness is silly. Like, what the fuck is he showing us this for? We already know about this guy. But the videos are just like up here for free. You just put your headphones on and just do any one of them, and you can get it. If you know, you're gonna understand what I mean. Like, do it when you're alone. Like, you're gonna have to get over the embarrassment, and that's what it is. It's like getting over the ego. You're gonna have to just listen to this guy. It might seem corny. You have to like chant some things out, but dude, it makes you feel so good. Like, I haven't done it since I did it 2 years ago, but I reached like a silent point enough to realize that, like, yeah, like if you set time aside, like you can do wonders for your health just based on how you can reach these like moments of like pure energy and just silence that just boost you up. It's like amazing. Touching on the 9/11, because this video is getting long already. Didn't think I was going to be talking about that man's page for that long, but I really kind of was reminiscing on that one time that I used his channel, and it was good. This is an interesting story too. I'm going to try to make it short, but this poster has always been in a local Five Guys burger that I go to frequently, and I have gone to. It's been there probably for like 5 or 6 years. Maybe even more than that. This article is right when you walk in, so I always kind of see it, but over the years I've developed, it's like every time I look at it, I gain like a new insight. And a lot of this is theory, but those of you who've been looking at it might already know what I'm going to talk about because it's September 11th. And as I gain more knowledge through schooling, marketing, the concept of cognitive priming, and now it's talked about in the online community as predictive programming. When I saw this, I was, because it's so old, the article, basically they're showing the front page of whatever article, whatever magazine, and then the side by side was where it was talking about Five Guys and what a great, there were a lot of the magazines were like full, money, talking about business. So here's a top, I don't really know this magazine, but it had this Ground Zero priming, and I was just like, oh, that's not tasteful to have that, like the man who built Ground Zero, like what the hell is this article about? Like that sounds bad. But then it made sense because I was like, oh, it was before 9/11. It was before it, that November, December. So it probably came out in October. Maybe it came out in December. Sometimes magazines will be earlier than what they are. It probably came out in November. So 10 months later, Ground Zero is probably one of the most used terms online. I mean, on television. So this little frame thing they have in that Five Guys, I always laugh